We're going to talk about the Bermuda Triangle. And my first experience with Bermuda was was actually 26 years ago. We went there, my wife and I, Ramona, for our honeymoon. And I remember we're from California, so we set the date for the wedding, and then I was trying to think, where do we go? And everybody in California goes to Hawaii, it seems like, for their honeymoon. And I said, oh, that's not real cool. Everybody does that. So I went to the travel agent, and she was telling me different places, and then finally she said, someplace that almost nobody from California goes to is Bermuda. And I thought, well, I didn't even know where Bermuda was. So she shows me on a map this little island off in the Atlantic. And I said, well, that'd be cool, because, we could say, we went to Bermuda and all our friends go to Hawaii, so it looked like I was a special guy from marrying her. So I'll take all the advantages I could get. So I booked our trip to Bermuda for our honeymoon and came home. Before I even told my wife, I told my mom, because she said, did you decide where you're going to go? And I said, yes, we're going to Bermuda. Isn't that cool? And my mom's a worrier, just to let you know. And she just looked at me and she goes, what are you doing? I said, we're going to Bermuda. She goes, you know how you get to Bermuda? I'm thinking, well, probably either you fly or take a ship. And she goes, well, you know what you have to go through to get to Bermuda? I said, what? And she said, the Bermuda Triangle. And I almost heard music in the background. And I said, well, so what? I mean, I've heard some stories, but that's kind of crazy. She goes, so she starts going, I'll pay to send you to Canada. I'll pay, how about Europe? And I'm thinking, this could go well. And I started saying, yeah, you don't want to lose your oldest son. How about Asia? And she didn't buy that. So she literally was worked up. So I told my wife, and she and I were all excited. And I'm a psychologist. Now, just so you know the context here, I work with people primarily. My specialty is working with people who have fear. Didn't work with my mom, but I work with people who have fear that holds them back in their business or their life or relationships. And so I began to tell some of my clients, I said, I'm going to be gone in July for a week. And where are you going? Oh, we're going on our honeymoon. Oh, doctor, we're just so happy. You need a week off. You've been working really hard. And I said, you don't know. So I do need this week off. And they said, where are you going? And I said, we're going to this great island called Bermuda. And if you think my mom freaked out, my clients would say, you know where Bermuda is? Same story. You know how you get there? And I said, yes, you take up. And they weren't like my mom's concern was she didn't want to lose her oldest son. They didn't want to lose their therapist, investing all those years and money into counseling. So we decided, and we did go to Bermuda. I had a wonderful time. My wife didn't make it back. She disappeared. No. This is my 8th wife, and I took 8 trips to Bermuda. It's working out real well. I landed at LAX. No one's sitting next to me. Now, the good news is, I've got a picture here. It's a great picture, a NASA image of the Atlantic, actual photo that really shows us where those 3 points are. So the good news is, we know pretty much exactly where the Bermuda Triangle is located. The bad news is that's our ship. So, if my mom was here, she'd be running off, wanting a shore excursion right now. Now, unfortunately, because of where we're located right there, we don't have too many options right now. You obviously could try to get off the ship, and if you've looked around after breakfast, you'll see that's not a great option. We could try to better understand, the history of this region, and because when I work with people who have fear, one of the things that helps you overcome fear the most is facts and information and reality. And what we're going to talk about, that's really what we're going to talk about this morning. So you can kind of stay here if you want, and don't go back and pack your stuff, but learn more about this region. The third option, I hadn't thought of this till I came up here this morning, is I will be doing individual counseling sessions by the pool. No, can't do that. You pay me on the side. No. So we really only have one good option, and that's to try to understand both the history of the Bermuda Triangle and some of those events and some of the explanations for that.